Hello and welcome to join me in this training video. The title of this project is a training manual for creating and managing news media or platforms. But before we start, I would like to say that although this manual is being developed for the future multimedia editors of The Observer where I currently work, it can also serve as a guidebook for creating and or rebranding and managing any and every news media website or platform out there. My goal is to work experienced and non-experienced website enthusiasts or multimedia editors through creating, rebranding, and managing any news media platform or websites just like me. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself to you. My name is Kendi Adeshina. Friends call me Kenny. I developed my passion for digital storytelling during my 2012 film production internship, that's back in Nigeria. And as a bachelor student in communication at Beijing Normal University, I engaged in photojournalism, video editing, and digital journalism activities. Then I set up a new media team that received awards for exhibiting and promoting the university. Fast forward to 2021, when I started as a multimedia editor of The Observer, I gained practical experience while earning my graduate degree and introduced a better user-focused audiovisual storytelling approach. That being said, let's talk about the goal of this manual. This manual is one, to serve as a guidebook, as I said before, for creating and or rebranding and managing any and every news media website or social media account. Also, it's going to be a step-by-step instructions for publishing multimedia news. I would like to tell you what a complete story is. A complete story has a title, an author, a featured image, the text to content, and any other multimedia content, for example, the audio, video, graphics, data, etc. Now let's talk about section 1, downloading the stories. First, log into the Box folder or any file sharing platform you're using. And select the folder you will be working on. Here I select UI's Observer Submissions 2022 to 2023 because that is the year we are in, and I will be working on the week of April 6th, 2023. So the next step is to click on these three dots to see the download option, and then you click on download. It takes a few minutes to download depending on how large the files in the folder are. After successfully downloading the zip file, you will click on the file to extract the folder from the zip file. And these are the stories that are going to be published for the week of April 6th, 2023. As you can see here, each story comes in a folder. Each folder contains multimedia files in the featured image, audio, or video clips, depending on the story that the staff contributor is working on. So the next thing to do is to download the schedule that we are going to be using to post the stories for this week. The schedule would have been prepared by the editor-in-chief and sent to you via email. At The Observer, we use the Outlook email for team communication. So here, you return to Google Chrome Observer under Google account and click on Outlook email. I've logged in already, so it takes me to the box instantly. Here is the schedule sent by the editor-in-chief, Jacob. Each schedule has 7 columns. They are the day of publication, name of the staff contributor, the title of the story, tags or categories as on the website, if or not the article or story has images, if or not the image attribution is provided by the staff contributor, and any other comments by the editor-in-chief. The current editor-in-chief also sends an Excel file with the same information which can be downloaded to your computer. Click here on the drop-down button and download the file to access it on your computer easily. As I said, you can see schedules for the past weeks of the semester here. So let's go over it again. Each schedule has the day of publication, name of staff contributor, article name, tags or categories on the website, if or not the featured image is provided, if or not the staff contributor provides the image attribution, and any other comments by the editor-in-chief. Today, Saturday, April 8, 2023, we will be editing and publishing US Army veteran Daniel's story titled Broken Yet Still Beautiful, picking up the pieces of a former life following sexual assault, part 1. The tags or categories provided by the editor-in-chief are Spring 2023, top stories, veterans, review, and trigger warning. The story has multiple images. However, the image attribution was missing when the editor-in-chief made this schedule. Usually when this happens, the editor-in-chief contacts the staff contributor to ask them to provide the missing content. However, the editor-in-chief will leave a note for the editorial team, as seen here, to serve as a heads up. Sometimes the staff contributor provides the featured image and attribution and not the caption, while some other times, that is the ideal time. The staff contributor provides the featured image, the image attribution, and the caption. Here, the editor-in-chief does not put any comment. Section 3 is editing the story for grammatical errors. Go to the folder and open the story you want to edit. The first edit that I do here is to look for grammatical errors. No, I don't want to post stories with grammatical errors, so I run the story through my grammar error checking tool. I use Grammarly because I have Grammarly Premium, so you can use any other grammar error checking tool of your choice. Mind you, I do not want to change the meaning of what the contributor wrote, so I would only check for minute errors like punctuation marks, conjunction words like and other little errors that will not change the meaning of the sentence written by the contributor. This means that I do not accept all correction suggestions given by Grammarly. Let's get started. First is a quote. Yes, this is another thing to note. Quotes, especially when cited in their original form, are best left as they are in order not to lose their originality. So here, I will not be accepting this Grammarly suggestion. Also, I think this original version is okay, so I will dismiss this suggestion. This third suggestion is okay, so I will accept it. Also, this apostrophe is not correct, so I will change it. Good, it looks better now. I will do some other minor edits, and voila, we have a grammatically correct story ready to be published. Section 4 is publishing the story on the website. To publish the story, we would first come in to log in into the Observer website. And again, I've logged in already, so I will open it via the shortcut here. One thing to note is that these stories we upload are called posts on Observer website. This might be different if you're using another WordPress template. So first, let's see what this section of the website looks like. You can see some stories I have published in the past. Step 1. Add a new story title. Now, to create a new story, we click on Add New. The first thing is to put in the title of the story. We copy the title from the Word document and paste it into the title column. Step 2. Add the author. The second thing is to add the author. The story's contributor is Daniel Webster, who was added to our author list at the beginning of the semester, so I just search our name here and it pops up. Step 3. Add tags or categories. Now the next step is to add tags or categories to the story. We return to the publication schedule Excel file to see the tags suggested by the editor-in-chief. Spring 2023, top stories, veterans, review, and trigger warning. So you come here to choose the tags from our existing categories. This story is related to the military and we have it before, so I will add it to the story. We don't have veterans, so I'm going to create it. To create a category or tag, select Add New Category and type it in. And if you feel it relates to any existing categories, you can put it under the current category. Here, I think veterans relate to the military, so I will add it under military. Also, I'd like to confirm that there is no spelling error. Veterans is correct. It looks good under the military category, and final step, click on Add New Category. Voila, it is added for as long as we operate this website. I think I might have forgotten the tag. Oh yeah, review. Let us add review. And now we are set. The next thing to do is to save your edits, so you don't have to start again if you leave this page. Just a quick recap. We have our title, our author, and the categories. Step 4. Add the textual content. The next step is copying and pasting the textual content into the text box. Even if you copy pictures and other media files, only the text will show here. Now, I will edit it according to how I want it to be on the website and make sure to always save draft as you're editing the story. Now you can click preview to see how the story looks on the website. Okay, looking good. But you can see that we are missing the featured image. Step 5. Add featured image. The staff contributor submitted 2 images in this Word document. So we must decide which image to use as a featured image. I don't want to use this image because it has words on it already, so it may not be suitable for a featured image. And also, we have another image that looks perfect for the featured image. Plus, it has a caption and attribution. But the first problem is that we do not have it as an image file. You can see here that we do not have the picture. Saving images from the Word file. So how do we fix that? We right click on the image, select Save as Picture, rename, and then save it here. Done. Let's save this picture too, once and for all. Following the same steps, right click on the image, select Save as Picture, rename, and then save it in the folder. Voila! Pictures are there. Changing portrait image to landscape image. The second problem with this image is that it is a portrait image, and using a portrait image as a featured image affects the website's aesthetics. Here we use landscape featured images and they look beautiful on the website. And so we need to change this image to a landscape one. We open another tab on our browser and select Adobe Express, written here as Creative Cloud because it is one of the many apps downloadable from your Adobe Suite Creative Cloud. You can use other graphic design platforms of your choice, such as Inkbot Design Blog, Canva, among others. Let's log in. I'm using my account, so I will log in here. And here is the Adobe Express homepage. Because I've done it before, I can find my last design in the project section. Here is the previous image I worked on. So you open the project. Talking about the size of the featured image, I used 1200 by 628 pixels, which is the ideal WordPress featured image size that generally satisfies most WordPress blog themes. A quick Google search can help when you want to set up your profile image size and be sure of the size to use. But I recommend this because, as I said, it generally satisfies most WordPress blog themes, just like the one we are using now. Now that we have the size, let us import our new image. First, I will minimize this so that we can see what we are working on. So we delete this image and import our new featured image. This edit is simple because Adobe Express will always help you with the placement. Now I have the image that will be in the middle, and now I'll duplicate it by clicking on this icon. This is the image I want to put on the background. The next thing is to enlarge this image. Then I'll crop it because it's taking too much space on my screen. The next thing is to move it to the back of our main picture by simply dragging its layer to the back. Now that the background picture is where it should be, we need to blur it so it doesn't take the attention off our main image by selecting the blur option here. Now it's a 5% blur, which I don't still like, so I will change it to 10%. You can decide how much blurry you want it to be, but don't forget that you don't want it to be too sharp that it will be fighting your main picture for attention. And when we enlarge the design, it looks perfect for a featured image. Remember that we have gone from a portrait image to a landscape image, and now we are ready to download and add it as a featured image. Our new featured image has a higher resolution and is no longer a portrait image that will affect the aesthetics of our website. To add our featured image, we need to copy the caption and attribution provided by the staff contributor. And then come here to the featured image section of the story we are editing, click on Set Featured Image, click on Upload Files, select Files, select the image, and click on Open or Select as the case may be on your computer. You often have to wait a little while for the image to be uploaded and saved to your media library. After it uploads, we paste the caption we copied earlier and click on Set Featured Image. The next thing is to save draft. Never forget that. And if we preview the story now, we can see our beautiful landscape featured image. This is the second to the last stage in stories that do not have other multimedia files. This means you are ready to publish the story after adding the featured image, adding colors to the hyperlinks if there's any, and confirming that the story looks good. However, in this case, we have another image that will be inserted into the story. Step 6. Adding image or other media in the story. Again, we'll start by copying the image's caption and attribution. In this edit mode, you can easily insert the picture in some WordPress templates. However, we cannot add the image in this edit mode of our Elementor, which is the WordPress template we use. So we click on Edit with Elementor. The first thing to do here is to ensure the story is well organized. Because we switched to Elementor, this story tends to be in one paragraph. Although it looks like everything is okay when we click in the box, but it returns to one single paragraph when we view it. This is not what we want, so we take it back to the organized form in different paragraphs by deleting the space at the beginning of any paragraph of our choice. To do that, navigate to any paragraph of your choice, click on delete, then click on enter to move the text to the next line. Now, when we view the story, it is back to the normal format we had in the previous edit mode. Don't forget that this is where the staff contributor wants the image to be placed. To add the picture widget to the story, click this add sign. We have different kinds of widgets. This is a single column widget and this is a double column widget, which can be used, for example, if we want to add text on one side and an image on the other side. You can use any widget to suit the story you want to publish. Also, you can add a new widget by clicking on this add sign. We want to upload one picture, so we need a single column widget. We click on this add sign, select the image widget, and drag and drop it into this space. Now, we click on choose image, upload files, select files, then select the image and click on open, just as we had done earlier when uploading our featured image. We paste the caption and attribution in the caption box, then we click on select. Awesome, we have our picture well placed here. Well, this caption is still not showing as the contributor gave it. So we click on the image, come here to the caption, click the drop down button and select attachment caption. And voila, the caption is back. Again, don't forget to always save draft after every change you make. Now let's click this eye to preview our work so far. Well, here is the article, just as Daniel wants it. Step 7. Making hyperlinks stand out in the story. Some contributors submit stories whereby they do not make any reference to any existing online material. However, some do refer to websites or other online materials. This is shown using a hyperlink, a digital reference to data that the user can follow or be guided to by clicking or tapping. In this story, Daniel, our staff contributor, referred to UIS connection, which we have added to our story. However, looking at this story at the first glance, we don't see the hyperlink. Therefore, the next and last step is to ensure our hyperlinks can be seen easily within the story. So we need to change the color of this hyperlink. The first thing to do here is to highlight the hyperlink and select the color you prefer. I prefer royal blue because most websites use it for their hyperlink, so the visitors of our websites can identify it very quickly. After this selection, the color of the hyperlink did not change. This is because I'm doing it in the wrong box. So how do I change it? I click on the area I want to edit, come to this box by the left part of the screen, scroll down to the hyperlink and highlight it. Then I will select my preferred color, royal blue, and save draft. As soon as we save draft, our preview updates itself. Now let's preview what we have. The last step of editing the story is to insert this last part. Again, to refresh your memory, you click on this add sign, select a single column widget, select the text widget, and drag and drop it into this space. So what happens if you paste the text directly into this box? It is exactly what you copied from the Word file and does not look good on the website. So we undo this action, click this box, and paste it in the box by the left part of the screen. That is what you should know. All actions related to the textual content in the Elementor mode are done in this box. And again, we change the color of the hyperlink. We are done with the edit and now we can publish the story on the website. This is the last section, sharing the story on social media. Before continuing, we need to edit the content we will be uploading on our social media account. First, Let's open a new Word document. I usually put them side by side to make it clear. But of course, it depends on the computer you're using. I'm using an Apple computer, so I can place them side by side. First, I would read the whole story to get an idea of the excerpt we'll use as the caption on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn accounts. Now that I'm done with the captions, the next thing is to add hashtags. We add hashtags related to the post to expand our audience and get more reach. A handy website I use for hashtags is allhashtag.com. And lastly, I add UI's observer to the hashtag list so that when someone searches for that hashtag on a particular social media platform, they can see all our posts there. Also, just as on the website, I add the source of the featured image on our Instagram posts. Here, I tried to copy the camera emoji from our past Instagram post, and now I can add the image attribution the staff contributor gave. Now that we are done with Instagram, we can move on to Facebook. We copy and paste, edit a little, and voila! This looks good for a Facebook caption. This is the caption we use for our Facebook account, Facebook business page, and LinkedIn account. And the next one is Twitter. The Twitter caption must be shorter, so I'll remove this part. Quick recap. This is for Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn, and Twitter. From this example, this is what our post on Instagram looks like. The featured image, the title, and sometimes byline on the text we just edited, which is the caption. Design the Instagram and Twitter featured image. So we come back to our Adobe Express. Again, you can use other graphic design platforms of your choice. First, let me copy this title. And again, we go back to our project on Adobe Express. I will use this previous design as a template for this story because I want to be consistent with this design. I click these three dots and select duplicate. Next is to name the project the title of the story, and I click on duplicate. Again, I copy the title of our story and paste it here in the title box. By the way, there is no universal font type and size rule. I just selected the one I liked at the beginning and stuck to it for consistency. Now let's import the image. First, I'll delete this from my one. Then click Upload Photo here, select the featured image file and click Open. Then I put this image where I want it to be. Then I drag the Observer logo to the first layer here so that it shows on the featured image, just as we have it on all our posts. Now we will add the byline. I would like to give readers of this story a heads up about the content, so I will be using this trigger warning here. Copy and paste it in the byline box. Voila! We have our title, byline, featured image, and Observer logo. I make a few more changes and then download it here. And here is our image for Instagram and Twitter posts. Now that the story is ready to go live, I like to make a final confirmation that this story looks good. The featured image is fine, it has a caption and attribution, the author's name is there, and the title and the main content look good. Sharing the story on Instagram. As of the time of this project, Instagram only allows posting pictures and text from mobile devices. Transfer the designed featured image and caption for Instagram to your mobile device, log into the Observer's or your organization's Instagram page on your mobile device, and upload and post the story on Instagram. I uploaded the story on Instagram from my phone, so I've sent the caption and the design we just completed to my phone and I've uploaded it. And now, if we refresh our Instagram page, we can see the story already shared on Instagram. Now, we publish the story here on the website. We're on Elementor before, so I just hit publish here at the lower left corner of the screen to publish our story. You see the system message, "Hooray, your post is live." You can click here to have a look at the published story. Let's close the preview window we were using when editing the story. And now you can see the customized URL and our story just as we edited it. Now we can share the story on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn from here. As of the time of this project, these are the trending social media platforms that we share our stories. Sharing the story on Facebook. To share on Facebook, we click this Facebook icon. Because I've already logged into the Observer's account in this browser, clicking on this Facebook icon redirects me to Observer's Facebook page. Now, I'll copy the caption we edited in that Word file and paste it here. And here, I have the caption and the link to our story so that anyone on Facebook can read our story from Facebook. I want to upload it to our Facebook page feed and story, so I check here. And next, I click on Post to Facebook. It takes a few seconds to post, and after it's posted, this window disappears. I will open Facebook from the shortcut here to confirm if our post looks well. Our story is uploaded here and it's looking good. Now that we have uploaded the story to Observer's Facebook page, we want to upload it to Observer's Facebook account. To do that, I will click the Observer logo here at the top right corner of the screen that says Account. Then I click See All Profiles to switch to UIS Journal. And here we are on Observer's Facebook account. It's easier to know because it says UIS Journal, which is our former name. And this is our UIS Observer Facebook page. To share our story on the Observer's Facebook account, we follow the same step as we did before. Clicking on the Facebook icon redirects me to Observer's Facebook account where we can post our caption. Select Story and click Post to Facebook. Again, I like to confirm if the post looks well. I come back here, refresh the page, and voila, our story is uploaded and looks good. Sharing the story on LinkedIn. Following the same pattern as when posting on Facebook, we click on this LinkedIn icon and it redirects to LinkedIn. Sharing the story on Twitter. Following the same pattern as when posting on Facebook and LinkedIn, clicking on this Twitter icon takes us to Observer's Twitter account. However, we have to make a few edits here. First, we separate the story URL and the caption suggested by Twitter. Then we paste our caption here. We have more than 140 characters allowed by Twitter, so we have to edit the caption. Also, I add read more before the story's URL, so I will open Twitter from here, go to our last post and copy the read more and the arrow. After that, I edit the caption to arrive at Twitter's 140 characters. To add the featured image, click the media icon here. Select the design and click open. When everything looks good, we click on tweet. Here is the story already posted on Twitter. We can confirm the story by clicking the story link. So that's it. We have the published story on our website and the social media account here. Thank you very much for taking your time to go through this video, and I hope you have learned one thing or the other. If you have any feedback or any question, you can send me an email at kades3@uis.edu. And also, you can check out my portfolio on my website, www.crown-lens.com. Again, it's crown-lens.com. Thank you.